was a mutant King Kong trapped in a plane at an altitude of 10,000 meters. He was disturbed by external ultrasonic waves. He suddenly shook the cage open. Everyone picked up their pistols and shot wildly, but it was obviously ineffective for a mutant gorilla. He just grabbed one and it was like a lost one. Suddenly another fearless person came behind him and released a gun. He was angry and quickly crawled over and crushed it. The out-of-control machine gun just hit the bomb. A big hole was blown out of the plane. The plane was out of control at this time and was facing down. The strong airflow could immediately suck away the unstable things. Fortunately, Brother Chang grabbed the seatbelt next to him. Time was not waiting for people, so he could only let the black girl put on the parachute and jump out with the air current. Brother Chang stayed behind to help the agent put on the parachute and escape together. The plane had become a ruin after falling, but after searching, no gorilla body was found. Looking at the footprints, it should have run away, so where did it go? The three followed the agent to a military base with doubts. Because the damage caused by the two violent beasts was too great, they were locked up by the military. Originally, they were two species that hurt each other. At this time, the wolf was already staying with the gorilla and ran towards the city of Chicago. The black girl told the military that someone was calling them because they added a bat's ultrasonic gene function to their genes so that they could summon the two beasts to the same place. But because the situation was urgent, the military could not distinguish right from wrong and did not recognize her statement, so they stole a plane and went to Chicago to save the lost. The military couldn't control the situation. All special forces were sacrificed. Upon arriving in Chicago, they found it worse than expected. These two violent beasts have begun to wreak havoc on the city. Helicopters are bitten to pieces in one bite, and armored vehicles are thrown out like toys. The military suffered heavy losses. Despite the Gatling guns on the helicopter firing wildly, the wolf's mutation was already terrifying. Its body was covered with thorns. The wolf's tail was just a casual flick, and the plane was directly out of control. At this time, there was no firepower to control these two. The frightening part was the appearance of a third violent beast. It was bigger and more terrifying. People in the world called it God's evil. All kinds of firepower attacks were like tickling. A casual shot was an earthquake. This was a high-speed plane that attacked from behind and was directly bitten in two. Brother Chang knew that such firepower could not control the situation at all. The only way to solve the problem was to find an antidote. They came to the laboratory to find an antidote. At this time, the agent called and said that if they couldn't find it before the military, if they get the antidote, they will use a nuclear bomb to kill the three monsters. The city will also be destroyed, so they must act quickly. When they get the antidote, they are discovered by the boss of the gene company behind them. In order to protect Heimei, Chango is also after being shot. Heimei had to be taken away under duress. They wanted to take a helicopter to escape, but at this time the three giant beasts had already climbed towards the rooftop. Just as they were about to board the plane, Xing Xing arrived, and influenced by the ultrasonic wave, destroyed it. Just when Heimei was about to be hit, Brother Chang suddenly saved her with one hand. Xing Xing began to hit the signal tower crazily. They only needed to figure out how to get Xing Xing to take the medicine, but the female boss caught her again. At the critical moment, Brother Chang took a gamble and shouted. Heimei immediately dodged the gun and stuffed the medicine into her bag. Xing Xing arrived just in time and grabbed her with one hand. It seemed that she was destined to become a meme.